Alright, we're back. Another Gohan video. In today's video, we are going to be going over some of the best leads in the game. Now, there's a couple things I do want to go over before we get into the video. First off, there may be a couple good leads I don't mention, like, for example, the 8th year anniversary LRs. I'm not going to talk about them in this video. Yes, they are good leads, but I don't really think they're necessarily on the level as some of the leader skills that I'm going to mention. Like, I think the Z Duo, for example, they lead Final Trump Card and then Power of Wishes, both of which are good categories, but they're not as huge as some of the categories we're going to be talking about in today's video. And also, there's the extra 30% that you got to worry about to get the full 200% leader skill. So, I feel like those couple extra hoops make the leads that I'm going to talk about in this video just a little bit better, even though, you know, there is going to be still some 200% leads that have the, like, extra little 30% category buffing going on. But the categories are better, so you have more to work with than with, you know, for example, the 8th year anniversary LRs. So, if your favorite unit doesn't get mentioned on this video or anything like that, I'm not saying they're a bad lead, I'm just saying there's slightly better options. Also, this video is for newer players, so if you've been playing for a while, it doesn't necessarily apply to you. You probably already have a really good team set up, you probably already kind of know what you're doing, but for newer players, maybe some of the units that I talk about in this video, you can kind of keep an eye out for them. So if you see them featured on a banner, if you see them come back with coins, or just any opportunity, you know, you see that you can pick them up, maybe you'd want to do that if you're struggling with team builds, because of course, you know, they're really good leads, so a lot of units are going to be under their leader skills. So first off, I know you see him on the screen, we can go and get into it. We got the AGL Vegito Blue. I mean, yeah, him and the Zamasu, I would say, just in terms of a leader skill, probably the best in the game, because the Vegito, I mean, Battle of Fate, Future Saga, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Alright, so Battle of Fate. We're going to go over a lot of categories here, so hold in tight. Definitely an amazing team in terms of Super Class and Extreme Class. Now, Super Class has much more options, but you can see here you got a lot of the big villains, Omega Shenron, even though, you know, he kind of needs a GT Bosses team, but whatever. Still a good Extreme Class option. Golden Frieza, Baby. You got some of the other Zamasus on here. Is LR Goku Black on here? No, he's not. Oh, that's stupid. I feel like he should be on here, but okay, whatever. Still, you got LR Cell here, and just, you know, some good Extreme Class options. So if you want to run a more Extreme Class sided team, you can do that. And if you want to do Super Class, yeah, you definitely could do that. I mean, a bunch of Gokus, a bunch of Vegetas. It's just the main battles, right? So, of course, Battle of Fate is amazing. Future Saga, it's not really, like, huge, but there are some good options. I mean, you could see here, yeah, it's a little smaller than some of the other categories we're going to talk about, but between some of the standout options and then also this guy leading Battle of Fate, I would say it's nice he's got that thrown in there. And then Power Beyond Super Saiyan. I mean, yeah, this category is huge. This is a really good category. Obviously, everything above Super Saiyan. So this is only going to continue to get better, and you've got a lot of really top tier options. And you know what? Yeah, you can run Goku Black, because technically he's still getting the leader skill. He's on Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So there you go. You could still make that work. If you want to run a more Extreme Class sided team. And then also you got some of the Brolys in here. This guy specifically. So, just saying, this guy's got some pretty interesting options for an Extreme Class team. And then also, you know, the extra 150% and 3 key to Super Class. You can't really top that. Just 3 key and 150% the stats to every Super Class unit basically means, like, as long as they're on Super Class, they're going to be looking at least somewhat impressive. Now, don't get me wrong, you're missing a total of 100% the stats of what they could be getting if they just had a full 200% leader skill, which obviously is going to make a big difference in game. But, I mean, you know, with some units, like, for example, when this guy released, everyone was running LR Bulma on his team. Now, Bulma is more of a stats unit, so of course, you know, you want her stats to be as high as possible, but she's so crazy, like, you really could just throw her on his team, and between her support, between her already crazy defensive abilities, even though she wasn't necessarily linking that great with a lot of these, you know, Super Saiyan Blue fusions and all these units running on his team, she still held her ground. So, my point is, if you want to throw a lot of random Super Class units on the team, as long as they're good, you definitely could make that work, and you really couldn't do that on a lot of other teams, because of course, you know, they only have a few categories in this leader skill. But with this guy, because he's literally just leading all Super Class units, and then also these 3 really good categories, yeah, very good lead. I would say probably the best one in the game as it stands. The only downside is the 2 extra categories for the 30% the stats to give you the full 200% leader skill is Realm of Gods and Time Travelers. Not really the best two categories, but a lot of units on these categories are also on these categories, so it does kind of work for the team you're going to be running with him most of the time. And then next up, we got Fuse Zamasu. Well, yeah, okay, I was going to say this guy's probably like the second best lead in the game next to this guy, but I don't actually know if I agree with that because he's more extreme class orientated, and I'm sorry if you're an extreme class fan, but extreme class is just not as good as super class. It just straight up just kind of sucks compared to super class. We just don't get enough releases for it, and when we do get releases, they tend to be not as good. Now, granted, they've been fixing that as of recently. A lot of extreme class units have been pretty good, but, you know, it's only been the last, like, what, 5-6 months that we've had some really good standout extreme class units, so not too sure if this guy's on the same level as this guy in terms of his leader skill, but still really, really good. He leads extreme class units, 3 key and 150% the stats. So if you want to put together, I don't know, just a completely random extreme class team, you could make that work. This guy does have big bad bosses as well, and a pretty solid extreme class link set. So of course he's going to be linking very well with a lot of these good extreme class units. And then the 3 categories he leads: Realm of Gods, which is good. To say it's a super class team, though, it's kind of an understatement. Like, there's pretty much only really good super class options on this team. You've got the Goku Blacks and Zamasus. Don't get me wrong. Those are good extreme class options on here. But, like, you know, Mecha Kabora, or Mecha Kabora, I don't know his name. The Dragon Ball Heroes guy. This guy, he kind of sucks. Demigra definitely sucks. We got some heroes options, but those units are usually restricted to their team. Again, you know, the Goku Black unit's obviously very good. Champa, you're never going to run him. And then, yeah, these are all just SSRs. So, definitely a superclass dominated team. And I wouldn't really say you're going to want to run superclass units with this guy, only because they're not really going to link with him. He's going to be missing big bad bosses, which is very important for him. And also, on top of that, if you do run some of these units, like this guy right here, he's not going to link with him because they have the same name, so they don't link. So then he's not going to get big bad bosses. So I would be careful with who you're running him with if you're just doing like a Realm of Gods team, because you want to make sure he's getting some of these links activated. But still, Realm of Gods, a good category. I mean, a lot of standout units on here. And then also, it's made up for a little because there's 2 other categories in here. So next up, we got Worldwide Chaos. Definitely more of an extreme class team. You can see here, it's pretty much only extreme class options. But it's kind of a small category, I'm not going to lie. It definitely is kind of small. But we got, you know, a lot of androids units on here. Again, Goku Black and Zamasu units. We got some Boos, some Cells. And then I guess that's pretty much it, huh? Yeah, I mean, you got the new Fat Boo. You got World Tournament Piccolo. Okay, if we get like an LR Demon King Piccolo, he would be on here, which we're definitely going to get soon. Kid Boo, okay, so we're probably going to get an LR Kid Boo soon as well, and he's going to be on here. So that kind of skyrockets this category's value. And then his value, I guess, because he's a lead for the category. So, okay. You know what? Not, like, insane as it stands. Good. Definitely good. But with potential up-and-coming LRs that we could be getting. Like I said, LR Demon King Piccolo, LR Kid Boo. Who else could we get, like, a new LR of? I mean, I still think we need a new LR Cell and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I think that would make for a banger Worldwide Download Celebration or something like that. Just with complete revamped animations. You know, give us a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that we can actually use and not put a crazy restriction behind the transformation or something like that. So do that. And then, of course, this category would be even better because new LR Cell. And other than that, I don't really know if we have any potential options up and coming for this category. We'll see, though. Dokkan likes to do some pretty random stuff. Maybe we can get an LR Android soon or something, and they would be on this category from the future, of course. Android 17 and 18 from, you know, the future timeline. So, yeah, pretty good category. Very similar to Realm of Gods. It's not insane on its own, but next to, you know, Realm of Gods, Fuse Fighters, and then also 3 key and 150% the stats to all extreme class units, he's got overall pretty good lead here. And then we'll look at Fuse Fighters really quick. This category is a little bit bigger, I think. Yeah, only ever so slightly. And the extreme class options on it aren't really that great. So, yeah, who do we have here? Yeah, okay, Orange Piccolo, that's pretty good. Obviously, a lot of the blue Goku and Vegetas, a lot of the Gogetas, Vegetos, whatever. You can't go wrong with that. They're amazing. Some Heroes units. So, you know what? This guy technically could get a little Heroes team going on, because we saw, like, what, Mecha Kabora, a couple other Heroes units under Realm of Gods. So, if you want to bring some of the fusions that are on this guy's leader skill. I guess you could do a heroes team, kind of make that work. Kind of, sort of. So yeah, Fuse Fighters, pretty decent. Like I already explained. The categories by themselves aren't crazy big. I mean, they're decently big, and they've got some good units on them. But then when you have 3 leader skills here, and then also leading extreme class for 3 key, 150%, blah, blah, blah. Very good leader skill. So definitely a good lead, but doesn't really compare to this guy right here, if I'm being completely honest. But then next up, we've got Beast Gohan. So Beast Gohan and then Broly, they're not out on global yet, but I wanted to put them in this video to incentivize you guys to save your stones, especially if you're new to the game, because you got a lot of content to grind. You're going to be getting a lot of stones over the course of, I don't know, just the next couple months while you're playing Dokkan, because you still got all this content to do. So those stones that you get from that content, please, save for 9th year anniversary. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. These banners are insane. We'll probably do so many more videos going over the banners, but I've done a couple, so you can go check those out if you want to see what the banners are actually going to look like. But for Beast Gohan, I mean, dude, Superheroes, Bond of Master and Disciple, and Miraculous Awakening. For Broly, we got Super Bosses, Transformation Boost, and Full Power. Not as good as, you know, this guy's leader skill, because they're not leading Super Class or Extreme Class, but still really useful. So, like, with Superheroes right here, of course, we got a lot of the new, like, LRs that we get for, obviously, 9th year anniversary. Got LR Gammas. Obviously, he's on his own category. We got LR Ultimate Gohan, LR Power Awakening Piccolo. Just a lot of really top tier LRs. I don't even have to go over them all. The new Gogeta as well. He's going to be on there. I mean, yeah, you can see here just a lot of really good TURs. Obviously the Gammas, and then some easy A TURs. And then, yeah, I guess that's about it. So Superheroes isn't as big of a category, but it's still a really good category. You know what I mean? Like, again, the standout options on it are very good. And then next we got Bond of Master and Disciple. I think this is a little bit bigger, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we got some Carnival LRs, some good LRs. Yeah, just a little bit bigger. So, of course, a lot of the Vegetas are on here. A lot of the Piccolos are on here. Who else? We got some Beerus's. I mean, I don't know why we don't really have that many Gokus on this category. I feel like we should. I don't know. I mean, we've got, what, 1 Goku? Well, okay, we got Blue Kaioken Goku. Resurrection F Goku. And then, damn, is that it? He's had the most masters out of everyone in the series. If anything, he should be way more prominent on this category. Okay, we got 3. We got 3 Gokus on this category. Okay, and some of these right here. Still, I don't feel like that's enough, man. Between who he's taught, you know, Gohan, Oob, I guess that's really it. But between those 2 people and then all the masters he had, yeah, he definitely should have more units on this category. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But still, it's a good category. I just feel like the Goku should be on here, obviously. But again, Dokkan's categories are really weird. So, a lot of good options there. And then Miraculous Awakening is a pretty solid category. You get more variety just because you know, you got some more random units in here. But it's definitely a little smaller. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But between those 3 categories, you have a really good pool of characters to pick from. And then the 30% going to Entrusted Will and Movie Heroes, that's really good as well, because a lot of units on these categories are going to be on these 2 categories. So most units are getting the 200%. And also, if you're running LR Beast Gohan as the leader skill, that means you're going to bring LR Beast Gohan as a friend. And having 2 of these guys on the same team, let me tell you, it's going to get Nuck and Futz really, really quick. This guy is insane. I'm not going to go over his kit, but if you want to pause it and read this right here, if you don't know what he does, man, you're in for something. This guy's busted. But next up, Broly. Super Bosses, not as good as I thought it would be, because unfortunately, Golden Frieza's and then Beerus's aren't on here, because technically they were the Z movies. So this category is very small. Not that many units on it, all things considered. But you got a few options on here. Some of the Zamasus, some of the Goku Blacks. Who else? Damn, that's really it. Okay, you got Dokkan Fest Topo. Dokkan Fest Topo. Dokkan Fest Kale. Yeah, and then a lot of the Goku Black units. But dude, are you really gonna run like Topo next to LR Goku Black? Like, no, they're not gonna work good together whatsoever. So, I mean, I guess that's not the best example of why this guy is one of the best leads in the game. But yeah, still, trust me, Transformation Boost and Full Power are much better. Specifically, Transformation Boost. This is a very good category for both Super and Extreme class. Just any unit that transforms really is on here. So you could see it's reasonably sized. A lot of good extreme class options on here. And this guy is more of an extreme class orientated unit. So of course that's a good thing. You got some pretty good supports on here as well. If you want to bring like the STR cooler, you could make that work. Because this Broly, surely he has big bad bosses, dude. There's no way they didn't give him big bad bosses. Damn, they really didn't. Why not? They gave Broly, Chilai, and Lemo big bad bosses. But you couldn't give... Whatever. Anyway, transformation boost, good category. If you want to throw some Sans on the team, that would work as well, because Broly apparently doesn't have big bad bosses, so he's got more room for Sand links, I guess. So you could make that work as well. Hell, you got Android 21 on here. You got some Boos on here. A lot of Tournament of Power units. So yeah, transformation boost, pretty good team. And then full power. I'm trying to remember who we have on here. Oh, wow. Actually, you know what? That's a bigger team than I remember it being. Okay, yeah, you got Super Vegeta on here. Obviously, he's very good post-EZA. Some Heroes units. Like this Broly, who's probably going to link up well with, you know, obviously LR Broly. A lot of good LRs on here as well. Actually, a lot more LRs than I thought. So yeah, you could get something cooking between Super Bosses, Transformation Boost, and Full Power. Exploding Rage and Movie Bosses is pretty broad with the 2 extra 30% categories. So most of the units on these categories should fit under there. And then, you know, Broly as a unit, pretty good. So bringing 2 of them on the team, because, you know, he's going to be the lead, definitely would work. And then next up, we're going to be going over these a little bit quicker because the video is starting to get kind of long. We got the Carnival LR Goku. He leads Turtle School for a straight 200% lead. And he's a pretty solid defensive unit. He's aged a bit since his release. He's been out for... what, a little over a year at this point, but still a good unit in his own right. And Turtle School is a damn good category. It is every Goku, every Krillin, every Yamcha, and every Master Roshi. So, I mean, you guys know how many damn Gokus we get in the game, base Gokus specifically. All of them are on this category. So, with team building, you got a lot to work with. So, obviously, just leading it for a straight 200%, no extra 30% hoops or anything like that, is very, very useful. So definitely recommend picking up this guy for a lead if you can, or if you end up getting him, awakening him and using him as a lead, because Turtle School is really good. And then next up, we got the Carnival LR Gogeta. This guy is going to drop for 9th year anniversary as well. He leads Movie Heroes for a straight 200%. I don't know if we went over Movie Heroes in this video, but yeah, if not, yeah, look, I mean, we got a lot of options. You know it's a good category when you got a lot of random crappy SRs at the bottom. So yeah, pretty good. I would say one of the best teams in the game as it stands, because it's got a mix of a lot of good units and a lot of options, and also really top tier options. So for example, like, I don't know, you know, you could have Vegeta family. Hang on, let's pull this up really quick. I don't know how we're going to get it, but you could have Vegeta family, and you've got some good options on there. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you have the perfect team and everyone you need, you can make a solid team, but it's not really that big. Okay, well, now I'm looking at it. It is kind of bigger than I thought. But a lot of these units kind of suck. They're kind of crappy. So you need very specific units to make it good. However, with Movie Heroes, it's got a good combination of just a shit ton of units and really good units. So I would say, as far as newer players are concerned, if you manage to get this guy, run a full Movie Heroes team. A lot of Movie Heroes units are featured on all these top tier banners as well. So yeah, you could definitely make something work. And Gogeta as a unit, yeah, insane. Not going to go over it, but very, very good. Probably not as good as the other Anniversary LRs, but still very, very good. Top tier for sure. And then next up, we got the Carnival LR Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. They do lead Super Saiyans for a straight 200%. Yeah, Super Saiyans, it's a good category, right? I mean, just look at it. Really good team. You can't really go wrong with them leading it for a straight 200%. Also, they're very good, so running 2 of them on a team could get you pretty far. They got some damage reduction. They have some restrictions if you're running other Super Saiyan units, so it kind of incentivizes you to run this guy as a lead, which, I mean, you could definitely make work because, again, Super Saiyans is a really, really good team. A lot of top-tier units on here. Even a few good extreme class options. Not that many, but just a few. So if you want to throw them on the team just because they'll link good, like with this Broly, I don't know, he's got Super Saiyan as one of his links, so he'll probably work pretty good with some of these units. I don't know, where's the Sunday Vegeta? Yeah, right here. If you want to run the Sunday Vegeta, obviously he'd work good on there. So you could get something cooking with these guys as a lead as well. Their performance has aged a bit, so they're not as good as some of the other options on here. Like, obviously, this Gogeta. They're probably a little bit better than this Goku, but, you know, not nearly as good as, like, Broly, Beast Gohan, or even these guys, really. So, you know, they've aged just a little bit, but I would say they're still insanely top tier and very good. Especially if you're new to the game and you're not running, like, insanely difficult content. He's going to crush basically everything. And then finally, we got Super Saiyan God Goku. So, yeah, he's been featured on a lot of banners recently. He leads Pure and Hybrid Saiyans. You can't go wrong with that, dude. I mean, they're both really good categories. It's like Super Saiyans. It's never going to be a bad team, right? It's always going to be good. So I guess we can pull it up just for kicks and giggles. Pure Saiyans, I mean, just look at it. I think this is probably the biggest category in the game, maybe. I don't know. It kind of looks like the biggest category in the game. Oh my god, look. Yeah, look at all these SRs. Yeah, really good team with Pure Saiyans. And Hybrid Saiyans, a little bit less, but I feel like we're always getting Hybrid Saiyans buffs, so this category definitely is going to get much better just as time goes on. You know, we're always getting some Gohan or Gotenks or something like that. So definitely, between Pure and Hybrid Saiyans as a lead, you could get some pretty good team building options with this guy right here. I feel like I said that a bunch in this video, but it's just kind of how it is, man. All these guys are really good leads. So, has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which lead is your favorite out of everyone I mentioned. And if I didn't mention your favorite lead, make sure to let me know in the comments why I'm wrong and who it was. And yeah, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.